All right, everybody, welcome to Cycles. You've made it to day 3. This is our first heavy day. So I have quite a bit of options for myself. Of course, if you don't have access to heavy weights, just grab whatever it is that you have that will challenge you the most, whatever the heaviest is that you have, and you can add on reps. So I'm going to be doing 6 reps at a time. I have access to a bar, so I have a bar. With 35 pounds on either side. So I think I did the math. It's like 114 or something like that. I have a set of 30s, a set of 25s, and a single 40. And then also if you have a chair or a bench or a box, I'm going to be grabbing this guy and bringing it down. We'll use it for box walks and for a box row. But let's start on the mat and just go ahead and extend your right leg out long and hug your left knee into the chest. Bring your chin in, push your low back into the ground, peel the back of the neck, stretch, and then we're going to switch to the other side. So extend your left leg long, hug your right knee in. Good job. I think the cat is scared of the bar. You got it, buddy. You got it. Come on. All right, and then switch to the other side again. This time keep your right leg extended up off the ground. This is a great way to just gear the back up and make sure it's ready for our heavy lifts. And then we're going to switch to the other side. Okay, switch back again. This time I want you to lift your legs straight up so you can get some stretch through the back of the legs. So we're going to be starting off with deadlifts today. And I want to make sure that our hamstrings are ready to go, loosened up. Make sure that your core is active here. We're just taking a breath and switching. Take a breath and switch. So it's a little more important today to make sure that we're geared up and warmed up for heavy lifts. Flex your foot back. Stretch through that hamstring. All right. And then go ahead and set your feet so that they're mat width. Knees are bent. Put your arms out nice and wide. Rotate your knees to the left and then to the right. So now we're checking in with our back, making sure that it's loose. If you're working out early in the morning, the discs are a little bit more rigid, not quite loosened up and ready to contort themselves into different motions yet. So before we put them under heavy load, make sure they're lubed up and ready to go. This is a great time to get connected to your breath and really just bring your mental awareness to the body and to what's coming up to your workout ahead. All right, tuck your knees into the chest, hold yourself into a tight little ball, and then we're going to rock and roll back and forth. Let's take 3 little rocks. There's 1, 2. On the third one, roll all the way up and around, and we'll go into our downward facing dog. Nice big hands, push your feet into the ground. If you can, drop one heel all the way to the ground and let your other heel lift and pedal back and forth. Again, we're getting that opening in through the hamstrings. Contract deep through the core, feel the belly engage. And then settle both feet as close to the ground as you can, keeping the back nice and long, core strong. Pull the belly button up into your spine and roll your body forward into a plank position. So again, we're engaging the core and we're making sure that the spine is supple and ready to go. So here, pull your belly button up, push the body back. You're like a big wave, rolling forward, rolling back. Exhale forward, contract and control. And then inhale back. One more like that. Exhale forward. And inhale back. And then we're going to walk our hands back to the feet. Hang out over those legs a second. Make sure, again, those hamstrings are nice and loose. Grab both elbows with your opposite hands. Swing your body side to side. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get going, get started. Please feel free to start off with a little bit of lighter weight for our first set through if you would like. Otherwise, grab what you feel ready for, what you have access to. So like I said, I'm going to be doing 6 reps. If you have a lighter weight and you want to bang out 10, 15, 20, however many you can get in the amount of time that I hit my reps, plus a little break and transition time, then feel free. So feet right underneath the hips, back is flat and strong. Bend your knees just a teeny bit. You want to keep your bar or your weight super close to the shins, and we're driving up through the hamstrings and the glutes. Keeping the back long, flat, and strong. Pull the core strong. This is my 6. Perfect. It's nice to get the body under heavy load. All right. So moving on into our box walks. If you can, get that box or bench or whatever it is that you're going to use ready. I'm going to start off with my 30s here. We're going to do 6 walks on one right leg lead and then 6 on the other. So again, back tall, chest tall, belly strong. Line those knees and toes. Just getting the body under load. 4, your back is supporting the heavy weight. 6. And then, of course, your legs are what's supporting that drive up. 4, 5, 6. All right, and today is a good day just to find kind of a good starting point and see what you're capable of, what you might want to do next time. All right, we're going to do our box rows next. Grab my 40. This is for our lats and our back. All right. Well, the lats are the back. Plant your hand and knee. Lengthen through the spine. And then we're going to pull that elbow in nice and tight. Keep both shoulder blades contracted down. Flexing in. Holding control. Holding contraction. 6. All right. Flip it around. Go to the other side. 2. Check in. What are you feeling? Slide those shoulder blades down. 4. Feel the core contract. 5. And then get into that back. 6. Nice job. All right, we're done with the box for now. So get that out of the way. And we're going to go into a tricep press. So I'm going to start off with my 25s this time. See how it goes. You'll be on your back. Tricep press is just like a chest press, except for the elbows are tight. Palms are facing. And we use the triceps to help support that press. Feel free to push up into a glute bridge if you'd like. Strong wrists. Those wrists stay right on top of the elbows and end up right over your shoulders at the top. There's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, we're just going to set the weights down, move into a little bit of core, a little bit of transition. 30 concentrated crunches. 1, 2, 3. That's our pace. Feel your low back stay pulled into the ground by using and flexing the core. Your head and chin stay still. Try to keep your glutes out of it. Sometimes the glutes want to activate in order to keep that tuck, the pelvic tuck, to push the low back into the ground. So try to keep them out of it. focusing purely on the core, the abdomen. We have 5 to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll do our heel press. So getting our abs from the other direction, that lower portion of the core. If this is tough for you to get your hips to rise off the ground at all, don't worry about it. Sometimes flexibility can play into it, but we're trying to just hold the legs up, flex your low belly. So between your pubic bone and belly button. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to flip it over and get our down dog plank shifts, and then we're going to hit another set. It's a good check-in day. I think most everything I could do more than 6 reps, but I'm going to stay here and just learn from it. Okay, roll forward, exhale, find that plank, and then inhale, push back. Exhale, roll forward, feel that tailbone tuck under, your spine get a little roll. Last one, exhale forward, and inhale back. Let's walk our hands back to the feet. All right, and then we're going to gear up for our next round of deadlifts. Keeping that work on the back side of the body. That posterior chain, so important. All right. Jump straight into it if you're not too worried about getting everything super set up for heavy load. Otherwise, take your time. Knees and toes line up. Mentally connect. Get that bar nice and close to the shins. Feel what's working. We're using the hamstrings and glutes to lift. 6, but that upper back is what's grabbing and supporting the load. You shouldn't feel anything on the low back, okay? It's not a low back exercise. So you have to use the core to get that held firm and supported. Okay, get your box. If you don't have access to a box, you can always do lunges, single leg deadlifts. Okay, all the way up, left, right, left, right. My mushy box here gives me some added work, added focus I have to bring in, a little bit of instability. All right, other side. Remember, if you can go faster, fine, just go faster. Get more reps. It all adds up. It's good to change it up, but something is always better than nothing. Light, high reps are just as good as low, heavy ones. There's 6. The main difference is just having to recruit and grab a lot more at one time to get your single reps done, or each rep. All right. We're going to hit up that box row. Flex in, tighten up. Exhale with your effort. Feel that muscle build. 5, 6. Keeping stability through that upper back by retracting your shoulder blades, engaging your lats. We're working those lats. Here we go. Try to keep your hips lined up so you're not crooked, but we're still square to the ground. I think that's 6, but just in case, we'll do another one. All right. I'm going to try my 30s for the tricep press. Not quite sure how it'll go, but you don't know until you try. Let's see. Here we go. Just 6 reps. If you're already down there, good for you. Again, lighter weights, faster work, more reps. So don't wait for me if you're already there. Get lots of reps. That's totally fine. 3, 4. Feel the chest open and spread, and those shoulder heads roll back. 6. Well, that's very exciting because that was totally doable, but probably a year ago or whenever the last time we're in our crunches. I tried those with 30s. They didn't go so well, so getting stronger is always a good sign. There's so much internal beneath the surface health that comes from weightlifting. It's one of the single most effective ways to strengthen your bones and improve bone density, according to scientific studies. There's all sorts of other avenues and benefits, avenues of health and return on investment. All right, there's our 30 for weightlifting. So I'm so glad you're here. Keep it up. Cardio is important as well. But for longevity and even health of joints and decreased potential for injury, weightlifting has been shown to be a bit better. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. However, it all comes down to whatever you'll do consistently. All right, we're going to hit up that down dog shift. And then we're back at the top. Feeling good? Grab through the core, roll through, and then push back. Connect mentally. Try to find that mental place. Put you right here in this moment. Notice the body. What are you feeling? Walk your hands back. Hang out here. Let's take a breath. Center. And then roll up. Okay, back into those deadlifts. My bar barely fits in the garage here, but we got it. Okie doke. Flex in, tighten up. Remember what we're recruiting to grab. Lengthen through the back. Tighten through the core. 6. All right. Feeling those hamstrings. I don't know about you guys. Definitely feeling it. Okie doke. Let's walk this box. Go back to that right leg lead first. Think about your core. Think about your hamstrings and glutes, your chest, and back. Can you pull your belly button back any tighter? 6, switch towards your spinal column. Open that chest. Lift the chest. Stand tall. Feel like you have space you're creating between those vertebrae in your discs. Alrighty. To that box row. Line it up. Set it in. Feel your body in space. Try not to just focus on what you're doing to move, but what's the rest of the body doing? 4, 5, 6. Get it set. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tighten and control through that abdomen, and then get your back. Alrighty. Back to the floor. Tricep press. Getting all my weights and gear set up is about all the transition I need, so that's good. Gives me that little bit of break that you should need. Here we go. 6 reps. Check in with that form. Keep your form perfect. Make sure that you're not getting sloppy. Make sure the body's not starting to cheat. Keep the wrists over those elbows and elbows in tight. Nice job. Alrighty. Here we go for our crunches. Never letting the abdomen go. Feel like you're pulling either side of your belly button, so the rectus abdominis, toward one another. You're knitting it together, pulling it together, training it to stay strong and tight. Some of us have a split, so if you really focus on tucking in and not allowing the abdomen to protrude, then you will slowly fix that. Usually 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sometimes you need a surgical fix, but you should at least try. Get those muscles to do it for you at first. Same thing here, tighten and tuck. Try not to protrude. We don't want our abdomen to look like a loaf of bread. We want it to look like a crater, caved in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. All right. Let's get one more set, and then we'll stretch. Hold on to that down dog, and then forward, and then back, and then forward, and back. Walk your hands to your feet, and then get your bar set up, or your weights. Oops. All right, here we go. Deadlifts. Last round through. Make it count. Drive through the heels to incorporate more glutes. Reach your chest forward. Keep your back flat. All righty. To our box. Six on one side, 6 on the other. 2, 3, 4. Open the chest. Other side. Tug and tighten, pull that belly button back. Lift the chest. Squeeze into that upper back. 6. Alrighty. Here we go. 4, 6. This one's probably the toughest one. Adds up the most. Whew. Lock and load. Flex in all the body. 4, 5, 6. Utilizing the back to lift as opposed to the arms. Okay, tricep press. Bring it down. If you'd like, push those hips up. Remember, we want strong, strong wrists. 1, 2. Wrists stay right over those elbows. 4. Check in with that core. Roll the shoulders back and down. And 6. One more just for fun. All right, bring on those crunches. Remember, scoop, scoop. However high you're coming is up to you. As long as you can keep the scoop, that crater, feeling like you're pulling the belly button down as opposed to the flexion making your belly round. 15, 16. They're concentrated because our focus is just on keeping that abdomen flexed, not letting it go, keeping the low back pulled into the ground. 28, 29, 30. All right, legs come up. Here we go. 3, 4. Try not to rock and roll too much. 15, just get that press. Keep pulling the belly down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, flip it over. Get a quick stretch. Fantastic job. Good start for going heavy. Whatever it was that you were able to do, lean forward. Plant both hands onto the mat if you can. Try to let that back hip drop down. Keep your front knee right over your ankle or just the back of the foot. And then just let your hips rotate out. We'll get a little stretch through the lat, that erector spinae. And then, super important here, hamstring. You should have felt those from your deadlifts. So we ended up with 24 heavy reps. If you stuck with 6, if you went lighter, Then you got a lot of reps. You'll feel those, they'll add up. Please, please stretch your hamstrings throughout the day. All right, let's hit our pigeon. So cross your ankle over to the other side of the mat, flex the foot. The biggest deal here is making sure that your pelvis stays square to the ground. So it doesn't really matter how low to the ground you get. It doesn't matter if you get your elbows on the ground or not. Maybe your pigeon looks a little bit more like this. That's okay, as long as your pelvis is square. Maybe your heel's a little further back towards your hip. That's okay too. Okay, let's unwind, put that leg back, and then we're going to go to the left side. So your foot is outside, your hands kind of toward the outside of the mat. The knee is pulling away from the midline. And then you can feel that back hip flexor stretch. I usually get a nice little hip flexor pop on this side. Feels so nice. And then let your hip drop down and out. Get into that low back, the outside of the hip on this side. Rotate back in, hinge back. Toes come up in the front, get that hamstring. Make whatever little adjustments here that you need to. Make sure you're feeling the hamstring. Maybe depending on your amount of flexibility, you need to bring the floor up to you. Try to lift up through the chest and then lean forward. So it's not really about getting your head super close to the thigh. It's about getting the stretch in the belly of the hamstring. Okay, let's take that foot across. Walk the hands forward. Drop the knee down so you're on the outside of the shin. Pelvis square to the ground. So remember, it's up to you how far down you get. If you have time later today, take a few more stretches. Just leaning over the legs, ancestral squat. Giving back to you, increasing longevity, increasing health and fitness, and obtaining goals that you have. Take a mindset, they take a lifestyle, they take adjustment, priority changes. So be willing to find what adjustments are realistic and where you can just start making those happen one at a time. All right, push yourself up. Let's take one deep breath in our forward fold and then slowly round up. Fantastic work, everyone. All right, take this little bit of our first heavy set and write notes and be ready for next time. We'll add into it. Have a good day.